Welcome back to the Couch Potato Show. Me and Frank are back again for a very special episode, a very special interview. We're joined today by Colgate center Jeff Woodward. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Awesome. Thanks for hopping on with us. So
Jeff, to start off, why don't you tell us about like what you do, how you play, what got you into basketball, stuff like that, just general.
So I started playing. There's a league around where I'm from, just outside Philly, and then it's just kind of like a recreational, like first grade. I think you just go and it's kind of like kiddie ball. So I first started like playing then, but I really didn't start playing like more competitively. Third grade, there's like with the same league, there's a travel team, basically like higher level, like higher than rec, but like obviously not anything too serious again. And so then I played with that team from third grade up through eighth grade, and that was kind of just like a bunch of like the local guys who I was all friends with, and that's how I kind of really got into basketball and really got into the game, just based off of having grown up with all these my friends playing the game, and all my friends were these basketball guys. I really just fell in love with it, and then starting like 7th, 8th grade, I started playing AAU ball, and then obviously continued playing that, and then obviously getting in high school and having a great career there. So it was kind of like just a gradual process of I always enjoyed playing, and because of that, I always wanted to keep playing, and so then I just did, and obviously that got me to where I am today.
So tell us. Oh, sorry, Tyler. Didn't mean to cut you off.
okay.
Tell us about your college process. Like, what other schools were interested in you? How did you come to the decision of picking Colgate? What was that process like for you?
So most of the other schools that were looking at me were Patriot League, Ivy League, a lot of like the high academic Division I schools. It was just definitely a difficult choice. I had a lot of good options out there. But I really ended up picking Colgate and focusing on Colgate. Just there's a whole bunch of reasons. Not only like I really enjoyed all the guys who were on the team who I met on several visits. I really enjoyed the coaching staff. They had a very similar style of play to the one that I was used to. But like out here, it's kind of a very isolated community. Like it's obviously a very small school, about 3,000 kids. The town we're connected with is about the same size. It's a very small, tight-knit community, and that kind of really appealed to me. Like it was a very cool sense. It was just a sense that, and like a feeling I didn't get at a lot of the other schools that I was looking at. Just like a sense of community and family and togetherness. It really came down to like I could just see myself being here for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Versus some of the other schools where like I just didn't necessarily I couldn't just like see myself there.
So obviously you ended up picking Colgate, and then coming in freshman year, you guys were picked to finish second in the Patriot League. Did you guys use that as like a motivation kind of thing, or did you just totally ignore those preseason predictions altogether?
I don't want to say we ignored it, because like we definitely like you definitely see that kind of stuff. You definitely like
right.
I don't not like focused in on it, but obviously it's out there. You're not just gonna blatantly ignore it. But we knew within our program that we viewed ourselves as definitely the best team in the Patriot League. We thought for sure we would win the league and make it back to the tournament again, no matter the circumstance. So we saw that, and I don't like it wasn't like our primary motivation throughout the season, but it certainly didn't hurt as motivation,
right.
Especially those times when we get to play BU, like saying like, oh yeah, these guys were picked preseason like number one, like let's go out and prove everybody who didn't pick us like wrong.
So you have a very solid freshman season. You average 8-4, but what are you looking to build on for next season, and what can we expect out of you come next basketball season?
I'm just looking to build on the success that I had this season. Obviously, we had a very strong senior class this year. We've been very strong upperclassmen in general, and obviously, Keegan Records, starting center is an awesome player, and I love the kid to death. Obviously, coming in freshman year, didn't know how much playing time I was going to get, didn't know how I was going to do, and I think I just settled into a groove and just played the way I knew I was capable of playing. Next year, just kind of, building off of what I did this year, just improving essentially in all aspects of the game. Like there's not like one specific thing like, oh, I need to do this to become, a much better player. It's just kind of with the experience I have this year with, the added training and workouts and stuff that, you get at a Division I or any college program, even like throughout the summer. That's just going to help me get better overall and just improve going into next year. And so, looking forward to next year, like obviously hoping to obviously increase in all stats, decrease in, like turnover and things like that. But I'm looking to increase every stat across the board, hopefully get some, more playing time, hopefully get out on the court with Keegan as opposed to just us being like one playing and one sitting. So just kind of just things like that.
Yeah, so this year, obviously talking more about your stats, you led the team in blocks this year. Something that is not very easy to do for a lot of people is go out there and get a consistent number of blocks like you do. What's one thing you practiced coming into this year that has really contributed to that success that you've had guarding the rim?
Obviously a big part of it's my size, and can't deny that. But I also think like going up guys like Keegan, but especially one of the guys on our team, he tore his labrum in his shoulder and didn't play at all this year. His sophomore name's Malcolm Bailey. He's absolutely explosive athlete, insane vertical. And so playing against guys like that, where, they're getting up higher than you if they're able to get off the ground and they're able to get the ball in the air. So like a thing that I really focused on was, because Keegan's very good with, using his body, and Mal's very good with using his athleticism. And then, Sam, who's another freshman, is very good at just using his speed and his size. Like going up against all those different types of players, like that kind of really prepared me for, no matter who I was going up against, like I was still able to, get a fingertip or something on the ball, or not even get a block necessarily, just alter the flight of the ball just a little bit. And every single time you get one of those, it might not appear in the stat sheet, but that's just their winning play. Yeah,
absolutely. So speaking of winning, you guys finished undefeated on the road, something that's extremely hard to do. How'd you guys get there? Because how'd you guys approach those road games as opposed to those home games, which still obviously did very well? And but road games are a whole different story. What kind of mindset did you guys have on those bus and plane rides to those road games?
Obviously it was a little bit of a different circumstance this year. A lot of times, we were driving out to the game on the Saturday that we were playing. So it wasn't like, normally, you drive in the night before, stay the night, and then you're playing the next day. The bus rides, obviously I've never experienced a normal college bus ride, but I think as far as all the other guys talk about, like they're pretty par for the course. Like just, a lot of guys sleeping, listening to music, doing whatever, just kind of relaxing. But the biggest thing for us was that one advantage that we had was, obviously no spectators. That home court advantage is kind of neutralized a little bit by not having, thousands of cheering fans cheering against you. And I think just another thing we really focused on was that, we weren't always going to be hitting our shots. We weren't always going to be, playing our best offense. But no matter where you play, no matter what rims you're on, no matter what, you can always focus on your defense, and you can always have a really solidly connected defense. And so, I really think we do a good job of that, of, setting the tone, most times setting the tone early in games. And even if we didn't, down the stretch, I remember there was a game against Army. I'm forgetting if it was the first or second game at Army. And, it was a very tight game. I think we were actually losing in the second half. And we just kind of tightened up on defense, and we were able to, bounce a comeback and ended up winning to keep that, perfect road record alive. So just defense, obviously, the old adage, defense travels. You never know when you're going to be hitting shots. Even at home, you never know when you're going to be hitting shots or when you're not going to be hitting anything. So really just focusing in on things that we can control, like our defense, like our effort, and things like that, that really allowed us to, have success not only on the road, but also at home.
Were your seniors a big part in that? I know experience is a really big part on the road. Did you really draw for them and go follow their lead with that kind of thing? Or was it just a team mindset the entire time?
I think the seniors definitely had a lot to do with it, obviously. With JB and Ferg, they're really, experienced their fourth year of college. David Maynard's fourth year of college. Even some of our juniors are in their fourth year of college, with transfers and things like that. So, I mean, that experience really definitely helped us. And the starters always really got us going and with the tone and intensity. And then, as soon as, me, Sam, Jack, those guys would come off the bench, we would just try and keep that up. So it was definitely a set by the seniors and by the upperclassmen, the starters. But I think it was really a team to keep it going throughout the whole game.
And you said before that like Boston University was a big rivalry for you guys with them being placed first. You guys played them 5 times. You beat them 5 times. You beat them 1 time by 44 points. Was that kind of like a validation for you guys, or did you always know that you were the better team?
I think we always kind of knew we were the better team, and we always kind of had that mindset that we were the better team, that we were going to go out and prove it. I mean, I think, playing a team 5 times, you get pretty sick and tired of playing them. And so after the first 2, like, we knew that when they were going to be, because we played them on the road first, like, we knew that they were going to be hungry to come in and get at least 1 against us at home, try and redeem themselves a little bit. And after those games, we went up against them first round playoffs. I unfortunately, couldn't play. Quarantined. My roommate had tested positive for COVID, so I was out that game. But I mean, like, it's a playoff game. It's anybody's game. That was just another tough match. Like, we never really were like, oh, it's the 3rd time playing them. We already beat them twice. Like, we're fine this game, and we can take this game off. Like, we knew we had to play every game like it was. I always say like play every game like it was our last. But, like, every game this season had so much importance with being a shortened schedule and only a conference schedule. Like, every single time we got out on the court, like, it was a blessing because, that meant all COVID tests were negative and everything went fine, but also that, it was a chance to, put ourselves into contention for the Patriot League lead or, fall back into kind of like the middle of the pack.
Right. Yeah. So, so you guys get to the Patriot League tournament, end up in the championship game, and then congratulations, you guys win the championship game and punch your ticket to Indy. What was the atmosphere like in the locker room after that big win?
It was absolutely incredible. It's something that I've never been a part of. I mean, obviously, I've won a multitude of championships in high school with 3 conference and a district title. But I mean, like, that was unlike anything I had ever experienced. Just we had been working since October to reach that point, and that's something you always dream about, going to March Madness as a kid, and to reach that goal. And for so many of those guys, like, it was our first time going. Like, that was just something so cool and so like awesome to experience, and like all those emotions were out there. Like, when you're out there cutting down the nets and things like that, like, it was just an awesome experience.
So for those fans that didn't get a chance to watch you in the NCAA tournament or any time in the Patriot League, how would you describe your team's play style? Like, what would you guys do best? What was your play style?
I mean, I think the 2 best things we really do are 3-point shooting. We're the top. I don't even know what percent.
Top 5 team probably. You guys were.
Let's just say 1. Let's just say 1.
Just say 1.
We're a very, very good 3-point shooting team, and we're a very, very good defensive, especially defensive 3-point defense team. I think we were like 3rd or 4th in the country on 3-point defense percentage. So I mean, that's we really pride ourselves on we like to play fast but not out of control. We like to push the ball but not have unnecessarily and careless turnovers. Like, we can't take care of the ball. We play hard, fast, and smart. So I mean, the biggest thing is we have a bunch of competitors. We have a bunch of guys they didn't have a multitude of offers coming out of high school. These aren't like ESPN top 100 guys. These are guys who every single day we have the opportunity to go out on the court and put in work. Like, we're going to be out there. So that's the biggest thing. Like, we're never going to be out of the game. We're always going to be competitive. We're always going to be fighting, and that's kind of the mindset that we have every day in practice and that we bring every day out on the court.
Yeah, so just like you said, you guys were known for your defense and you're known for your 3-point shooting. And I think that contributed to a lot of why a lot of people, you guys were a very popular upset pick when filling out brackets after Selection Sunday. But I want to get into the three-point shooting because I was looking at your stats earlier and you didn't attempt a single one. How hard was it to stand there, part of this huge, let's just say, best three-point shooting team in the country, and you didn't even take a single one?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just knowing your role. I mean, me and Keegan both didn't attempt one this year, and I mean, it's not necessarily that our coaches don't have faith in us or that our coaches don't trust us. You know, if the moment were to be, for whatever reason, called upon for us to take one, like I'm sure our coaches would have full confidence in us. But I mean, we know, both of us know, like what we do best and what we contribute best to the team is, you know, playing down low in the blocks, rebounding, things like that, and like not. Again, it's not like a bad thing if we were to take one or two, but you know, why get a decent shot or only an okay shot when we can work the ball around for 5-10 more seconds off the shot clock and get a great shot. So I mean, it's not so much oh, we weren't looking for it, or oh, we weren't things like that. It's just kind of we did what we did best and that we could do for our team to be our best.
So Selection Sunday comes around and you guys obviously won the Patriot League, so you have your ticket punched to Indy. Watching the show, are you guys hoping for a high seed? Are you hoping for a favorable matchup, or are you just looking forward to seeing your name pop up on the screen?
I mean, obviously, we were looking, we didn't know what the best case scenario was for a seed. We were just going to take whatever we got. Favorable matchup, like obviously that would have, Arkansas wasn't a bad matchup for us, but it certainly might not have been the best matchup that we could have drawn. And so I mean, like those aren't things that you can control. And so I mean, a lot of it I think was just excitement and just, I don't want to say like anxiousness, but like basically we want to get back out on the court. We want to have another chance to prove ourselves to the country and the world. We want to get out and just play. We don't want to have all this speculation of, oh, who's the top upset pick and who's on Arkansas and how good they are. We just want to get out there and play our best.
So like you just said, you were a high upset pick. I know a lot of my friends or people that I know had you guys upsetting Arkansas. Was that any added pressure for you guys, or were you just trying to go in there and play your game and see what happens?
I don't think it was any added pressure. I mean, like it was cool definitely to see and hear about, but I mean, I don't think we really that wasn't any extra pressure on us. I mean, I think we went in and we had the expectation of we have a shot as long as we play well, and we went out there. Obviously, things didn't turn out the way we wanted, but I mean, I'm proud of the way we fought. I'm proud of the way we were able to hold our own, especially in that first half. And things did slip away from us, and which was unfortunate. But I mean, things happened, and so it wasn't added pressure. It was just kind of like this is cool, and because obviously, I think if anything, it was just added pressure on Arkansas. Like people are already picking against you, and you're a higher seed. So I mean, for us, I don't think it was really anything added.
And going to that game, what was the game plan regarding guys like Moses Moody, those star players like that? Like, what was your attack plan?
I mean, I think a lot of it was just we knew that they had a ton of individual talent. We knew that they, individually probably were, higher ranked players, higher, more stars. Some of those guys are going to end up getting drafted. We're being honest, I don't think anybody expects, anybody from Colgate to be drafted in the lottery anytime soon. So I mean, we knew that, but we also knew that we weren't a bad team. We weren't we weren't going to be a pushover or anything like that. We were going to go out there and put up a fight, and we were just going to play our game, and we were going to do what we could, do what we knew we could. No, we can. There we go. We were just going to go out there and try and do what we do best. And again, obviously, it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but game plan wise, it was kind of just, play your guy, obviously, based off of who he is, what he does best, play him that way. But it's not like, oh, we're devoting extra special attention to this guy because, he's a 5-star recruit. So we automatically have to go and double team him every time he has the ball. We trust our guys on defense, but we're just going to go out there and play.
So last week we sat down with Paul Hepler, who is a guard for Abilene Christian, and one thing we asked him was his favorite item that you guys got in the March Madness goodie bag thing when you showed up to your hotel rooms. And I know we know what his answer is. I want to hear what yours is.
Oh geez. It's probably one or two. I mean, the water bottles we got were pretty cool. But I mean, definitely, I think that the March Madness, like the hoodie, sweatshirt, I don't know, yeah, it's like a short sleeve hoodie. That was really cool to have. And it says, I think it says, I want to say it says March Madness on it. Like it's just a cool sweatshirt for us.
Yeah, he was talking a lot about how much deodorant and shampoo you got.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask
We
you about
did get
that.
a lot
He
of-
told us he got like six sticks of them. I was like, is that true? I thought he was
Yeah,
kidding.
we got, I think we got 4 or 5 sticks of deodorant. We got like 3 things of like shampoo. We got a lot of.
Yeah, he said he would use a whole bottle of shampoo every time he showered because like what's the point?
I don't want
You got a ton of it, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say it was unnecessary, but it was definitely a little excessive.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on, Jeff, and we enjoyed the hell out of this, and we wish you the best of luck your next 3 years at Colgate.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
All right,
No
thanks,
problem, man. Good luck. We'll be watching out for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.